Hi, my name is Betsy Rewald, and I am a local real estate agent serving the Minneapolis-St. Paul area for the past 20 years. Today, we're going to talk about something that most of us will face at some point in our lives, and that's helping our parents to downsize. A very important decision that involves not only practical, but also emotional considerations. So let's go over some tips that will help make this process go as smoothly as possible. Okay, the first tip I have to help your parents in the downsizing process is truly understanding their needs. So this involves having a sit-down conversation with everyone that will be involved in the decision-making process, including any other family members or siblings. Having an honest conversation with your parents and understanding their needs is going to be critical. Figuring out why they want to move or why they need to move. It may be just a smaller home, maybe the maintenance is too much on their home, maybe a townhouse is a better option, or maybe it's time to move to a senior community. So really having that honest conversation and identifying what their needs are is going to be one of the first tips that I suggest to help with the process. The second tip I have is understanding emotional needs. Moving can be very, very emotional, and a lot of times when someone's older, they may feel that those decisions are being taken away from them. And I can tell you from working with seniors for over almost 20 years that sometimes people feel like they've been forced to move, or they have no say in where they're going or where their stuff is going. And it can be very, very, very emotional for people. Also for siblings and your parents are selling their home, it's a lot of memories and a lot of emotions that get wrapped up in it. So identifying emotions, talking through things, whether it's the house or personal stuff, is so critical to keep the process moving smoothly. So the next tip I have for you is keeping the emotional aspect of the move in mind. If your parents are downsizing and they've been in their home for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, there's a lot of memories both for you and for them. So taking time to recognize those memories, going down memory lane, and really taking time to understand that this is a huge change makes a big difference. And I can say that's probably the number one thing that I've seen go wrong when I've worked with seniors that are moving and they have their kids very involved. Sometimes that emotional piece of it is just ignored, and it's really, really important to address that this is a huge, huge change for someone, and slowing down and working through those emotions can be very critical. So the number 4 tip I have is sorting and decluttering. And this is oftentimes a big one. So helping your parents to go through the home and really get rid of things you're no longer going to need, especially if they're downsizing to a smaller home, is super important. I'll also say sometimes it's better to bring professionals in, because sometimes it can also be a source of conflict. So if your parents can do it themselves, perfect. If they need your help, that's great. But if it's going to cause conflict, I recommend bringing in an organizer or any other type of downsizing company, and there's lots of great ones available, to really help be that neutral party to get rid of things that are no longer needed. The next tip I have for you when it comes to helping your parents downsize is getting the home sold. When it's time and the decision's been made that you are going to sell the home, I recommend bringing a real estate agent in as early as possible. It doesn't need to be before the home is decluttered. It can be right from the get-go, interviewing a few agents and understanding that it's important to have an agent that has knowledge and experience not only in the area, but also working with someone that maybe hasn't sold their home in 20, 30, 40, or 50 years. So getting someone in early is going to help you to figure out if you want to do any improvements, or maybe it's okay to sell the home as is. So having that game plan right from the get-go is also a really critical step when you're helping your parents to downsize. And the final tip I have for you has to do with helping your parents to find the perfect home. So when it comes time to finding that new home, being there to support them in their decision can be really helpful, and looking at all options, lifestyle options, is also really important. Your parents may be purchasing another home, they may be renting apartments, condos, townhomes, and also there's a lot of vibrant senior communities, and more of them are popping up every day. So if that's something that they're interested in, getting out and touring them and understanding the amenities and the costs can also be really important as well. Remember, downsizing is a journey, and being there to support your parents, especially emotionally, is very important. If you need any help with that, please feel free to reach out to me. and like this video if you found value, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos on the downsizing process.